everybody. So today we are going to learn a certain rhythm. We're going to learn what's called a drum break, and that's a certain beat. And then we'll learn a simple version of Kassa. Okay, but before we start that, we're going to learn about where it comes from quickly. So this is the continent of Africa here. We've got south, north would be up here at the top. We've got Libya, Algeria, Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco. I mean, we know the pyramids in Egypt, okay? But we're going to move over down to the west side and along the coast here, okay? West African music, they have a rich culture of rhythm and certain drums and percussion instruments. Specifically, so you might, if you follow soccer, you might know some of these soccer teams because they also have some very good soccer teams. Like Sierra Leone is in here. It's written very small, so it's hard to read the writing to point it out. But there it is, Sierra Leone. You might know a country called Côte d'Ivoire, which is French, which means Ivory Coast. We've got Liberia, Guinea, Senegal, Mali, Ghana. Nigeria is a big country with a lot of people live there, and they make movies and things too. Guinea, actually my wife lived in Guinea. That's one of the countries she grew up in as a child. This is where this rhythm came from. Okay, so traditionally Kassa, so that's the name of the rhythm. It's a little bag, a pouch that a hunter would carry under their arm, and they would keep things in it. That's where the word comes from, Kasabaro. And then later on, like in time, moving forward, it was a rhythm that in a village, say, they would play, and if they had plants with fruit and vegetables growing in the ground, when it was time to harvest the food, when it was ready to be picked, or dug out from the ground, because they have things like different kinds of vegetables that grow under the ground. Like we have potatoes, they have things like cassava and edos and sweet potatoes, yams, things like that. When it's time to pick those things, when they're ready to be eaten, that's the harvest. So before they would go out into the fields to harvest the food, they would play some music. They would have some drums, maybe just one drum, maybe a bunch of drums, and they would play the kassa to get excited to go out into the fields and to collect and harvest the food. And then also maybe later on in the day, the people who were not in the field but were at home, if they were going to bring food to the people working, they would also possibly play kassa to let them know, to communicate to them, hey, we're coming, here's the food, and also to get them excited again. So it's part of a cultural tradition, just like music often is. It's part of cultural traditions. So in this case, it's connected to the harvest. So first of all, the drum break is a way, if you're the musician, sounds like this. Now we're going to learn a slightly different version of it. Bing, 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 ba da ba. It's a little bit easier. They would play this at the beginning, and it would let all the drummers know and the musicians, okay, we're starting, and this is the speed. And they would also play it at the end, bing, 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 ba da ba, and then one last final hit, everyone together. So it would signal the beginning and also signal the end, and then they would go into a different rhythm in between. So let's learn this is the easier version of this, okay? So, and let's just start with the vocal, because when we can say it vocally, then that's the rhythm of what we're playing, and then we'll try and play it just on our laps with our hands, on our legs. So we start with both hands together, bleh, and we're going to make a bleh sound. Bleh, bing, 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 ba da ba. So the last 1, 2, 3 are a little bit faster. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Bleh, bing, 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 ba da ba. Bleh, bing, 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 ba da ba. Okay, so that's the sound of it. It's a vocal sound that we will play, but first we're learning to say it vocally. If we wanted to count, just to help you out, so we're counting in 4, but if we're counting how many times we're hitting, we start with the ble, which is both, and then we do one at a time. So ble, and then ble, bing, 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 bing. It's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's together, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. So together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But I don't really, as a musician, I don't think of it that way. I feel where the beat is, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then as long as I can keep track of where beat 1 is, ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Together, bing, 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 ba da ba. Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Ble, say it with me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. 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 You can use whichever hands you want for the bing, bing, bing part. You could start with your right hand, you could start with your left hand. That doesn't really matter. Together, ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Together, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Ble, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Okay, so what if we were playing it at the end? There's going to be one more hit at the end. So hopefully you're starting to catch on to the rhythm. So we want to know where the downbeat is. The downbeat is beat 1. And like I said, you got to know where beat 1 is. So where the next, after we play that Kassa break rhythm, where would the next one be? Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Right there. On that next beat, we hit again with both hands. So ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. And everyone would play that last beat because that rhythm, ble, bing, 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 ba da, tells you you're going to end, and then you hit the last shot or the last hit. Let's try that together with that extra ending hit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Bang. 2, 3. Again. Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. Ending. 2. One more time. Here we go. Ble, bing, 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 ba da ba. End. Okay, let's try one other rhythm. I'll just do it on my legs. Actually, I like the drum. I'll play the drum. We're going to go into another rhythm. And so here it is. Just a simple. So long, short, long. Long, short, long. And I'm doing one hand and then the other and then back. So long, short, long. Long, short, long. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Short. Long, short, long. Long, short, long. Long, short, long. And that's 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2. Try it with me. Long, short, long. Long, short, long. Long, short, long. Long. Let's count 4 times. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and end with. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to start with Kassa. We'll play this. I'll decide on a certain number of times, and then we'll end with Kassa and the last hit. Okay, so we'll do that drum break, Kassa rhythm. We'll play 4 times. I'll count it out, and then we'll end, okay, with the ending rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Here we go, ending. Okay, now if we wanted to go longer, I would say let's do it 8 times. Let's try that 8 times with that rhythm in the middle. So 1, 2, here we go. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Kassa. Okay, hopefully you learned something from that. And again, that's coming from this area of Western Africa, okay? And there's Guinea. Bye, guys.